I thought that her attack, our mindset to attack tonight was very good. She made a couple of outside shots, and I think she is a very deserving recipient of our Jen Gators Power Player of the Game.
Yeah, she was really good about, early on in the game, when the Lady Terriers man-to-man defense was, as stifling as it was, she would still find a way to cut and make herself open, and she'd find herself kind of like towards the middle of the lane, just outside the block, outside the lane, going towards the block, and that little mid-range floater that she just kept banking off the glass, man. She found what worked for her, and she gave her team a really good chance to win, especially in the first half. She was a lot of the spark. She was a lot of the fire that was keeping the game interesting. So, yeah, very deserving Jen Gators Power Player of the Game.
I'll round out the scoring for you real quick for the Lady Tarpons. Alexa Rogers finishes with 8. Claire Repstock, 8. Estrella Rivera, 11. And Kiera Summers led the Tarpons with 14.
All right, so now let's turn the page and let's go to the boys' game. South Rouge taking on another Goliath, the Vandebilt boys. One of the better teams in the area, one of the better teams in the state. They have athletes and guys all over the floor. Brian and I talk about this on play-by-play all the time, how the trick is, like, you're always saying, okay, well, you want to slow down Matthews, you want to slow down this guy, you want to slow down that guy, and the instinct is always to run some sort of a junk defense. But they got like 6 or 7 college basketball players on this team. You can't run any kind of junk defense. Turtle, I'm going to ask you first. How do you try to slow these guys down tonight?
It's all about making them uncomfortable. You have to run every junk defense you have to throw it at them. It's all about throwing different looks at them. And not only throwing different looks, but also each look that you throw at them you have to have multiple strategies. Hey, look, we're going to go man-to-man these next couple of possessions, and we're going to double every ball screen. Hey, look, we're going to go zone on this possession, and on the first look, I want to double the first pass. And then you switch to a box and 1. And you switch to a triangle and 2. You throw all these different things at them, all these different strategies. And the key is making them think more than they're used to having to think. Every time they come and get ready to cross half court, it's like, oh man, now they're in this. Now we have to wait, this play isn't going to work. Wait, this set isn't going to work. And it's all about keeping them off balance. And when they're doing that, the point guard backs off, looks at coach, everybody has to rethink. You do things like that to keep them off balance, keep them off of their game, and keep them uncomfortable. And it slows down any speed that they were going to use to run this offense. It gives you a little breather. It gives you time to recover. Keep giving them different looks. And it's all about keeping them uncomfortable.
Ryan, you coached against a lot of these guys when they were like 9th and 10th graders. Now they're a little older, a little more mature, but they were still pretty damn good players when you were at them too. How would you answer that question? How do you try to slow them down?
We had success against them now. Like you just mentioned, that's a great point. They were a lot younger just a few years ago, and we would come with some type of half-court pressure, half-court like a 1-3-1 defense, extend our defense a little bit to try and make sure the guards don't get into the paint where we pick them up. But we always had help, a second guy that would come to help stop them in the paint, because these guards, they're so impressive because they get to the paint, but they finish in the paint. They're not just going to turn it over. They finish in the paint, and if not, they kick out for open 3. So we tried to put pressure on them away from the rim, try and get some steals that way.
Brian,
it worked when they were younger.
Brian, Coach Pokey told us Wednesday on play-by-play, he said this is the first game this season that the message is not going to be faster, fastest. This is not going to be push. He said this is the first game this season where maybe trying to control the tempo, play a little slower. Can the Tarpons do that? That's not been something they've done all year. Can they execute that tonight in a one-game situation?
Yeah, I think they can. And to do that, I think Santamon's going to have a big game once again for the Tarpons on the inside of that high post area. He gets the ball there. He's pretty dangerous. He's a weapon, but he needs to look to score when he gets the ball there.
Taylor, I know you're familiar with Jordan Matthews, know some of the family and everything of the sort. He's a special player. Starting to finally generate some collegiate interest. Anything inside of the Terrier logo at midcourt is the zone where you got to guard him. Isn't it a situation where a lot of it, when you're facing a player like that, and not trying to paint this as too tall of a task for South Lafourche, because they very much so can win this game, but sometimes you just need to get lucky and just hope he misses some of those shots too, right?
Yeah. That's going to be some of it. That'll be part of the strategy. I mean, look, he's extremely dangerous. He's extremely explosive. And look, I mean, to give you a little inside look to the thing, to something that maybe not everyone realizes, like, he gets up on his own. Like, nobody needs to go wake him up at 4:30 in the morning, and he's getting up hundreds and hundreds of shots a day and doing drills on his own every day of his life. The dude does not take a break. He's extremely special. He has the winning mentality. I mean, he's, one-on-one, it's going to be extremely difficult. I think you got to throw multiple players at him. You got to throw multiple looks at him. And
we making sure it's easy since 1957. Advanced Eye Institute. Make the right call. Get your eyes checked by Dr. Darby Shaston today. Buford Building Materials with 8 locations to serve you. Go Tarpons, Lady of the Sea, General Hospital, Compassionate Medicine, close to home. Turtle, we like to do this with 2 minutes on the clock. What are Turtle's tips? What does South Lafourche have to do to come on the road and score an upset victory over Vandebilt?
all right, number one, you don't want to fall into the trap of the track meet that you are destined to fall into if you try to run and gun too much with this team. This team, as far as speed and athleticism and tempo, they are, I mean, plain as day. It's not an insult, but I think they're a little bit head and shoulders above you in that department. You don't want to fall into that trap, get stuck playing their pace instead of playing your game. Now, your game usually is speed it up, pick up the pace, play fast, but not tonight. This is not the night to do that. Tonight, you want to control the tempo. You want to play smart. You want to play hard. You want to handle the pressure. You want to remember that it's a press break, not a fast break. Of course, if you have a 2-on-1 opportunity, if you have an opportunity to attack out of the press, go ahead and score, do your thing, but there's no need to turn this into an emergency. There's no need to go too fast-paced and out of control, because that's exactly what they want with their tempo. They want to take you off your game, get you out of control. And look, another tip, this environment that the Tarpons are in tonight, enjoy it. You've got, it's blue and gold everywhere. There's blue and white everywhere. It's going to be hostile on both sides. And if your crowd is not making enough noise for you, make your own noise. Come in here and take the atmosphere, take the home court advantage away from them. And look, this game's going to be fast-paced. There's going to be a lot of high flying. Don't forget the fundamentals. Block out, get some rebounds, get some over-the-back calls, and then with that, there's going to come some whistles. And with that, there's going to come free throw opportunities. On the road, especially in district hostile environment, make your damn free throws. That is my last tip.
Turtle's fired up. Turtle's mad right now, isn't he?
Yeah, look, I think it's simple here for the Tarpons. You got to keep their guards out of the paint. You cannot allow dribble penetration, and you can't foul. Once if they get inside the paint, you cannot foul and put them at the line. A good shooting team like this, you do not want them shooting free throws. But the main thing is stop the dribble penetration.
Home team starting lineup brought to you by Lady of the Sea. The Tarpons have Terrence Petrie, Carter Cantrell, Kobe Cantrell, Cullen Santamont, Nicholas Coleman, the usual five for South Lafourche. Our jump ball is going to be brought to you by State Bank and Trust Company. Cajun Banking served just the way you like it. For Vandebilt, the starting five is going to be Jaden Coleman, Jalen Coleman, number 15, Leighton Smith, number 20, Rob Sandoff, and number 21, Jordan Matthews. Mr. Justin Ward will toss it up. Mr. Mel Nixon and Mr. Torrey Duncan. South Lafourche controls the tip. Petrie. Tarpons going left to right. Terriers right to left. Tarpons in the blues. Vandebilt in the whites. Santamont. Getting into Cantrell. Cantrell forces it in there to Coleman, squeezes it into Coleman. Outside cutting Cantrell at the rim, missed it. Got to convert those. Yes, indeed. Here comes Matthews. Matthews across the timeline, getting into Coleman. Jaden Coleman, a long three. Flat rebound goes to Petrie. Not naturally his game. He wants to get in the paint. Petrie. Getting into Coleman. He steps into a three. Blue! Boot bomb. There's a start. It's 3-0 South Lafourche. Terriers back in a blur.
Nice job by Coleman trailing the play for that three.
Yeah. Jalen Coleman, the football signee of Liberty.
Nope.
Throws that one into the stands. So that's a turnover going to South Lafourche. Now the Tarpons will possess. 1 minute in, leading by 3. Vandebilt will press them.
Hey, and I love that the Tarpons are starting off on defense, sitting back in a 2-on-2 zone, daring them to just shoot deep and see what happens.
Santamont on the left side of the floor to Petrie on the right side of the floor. Cantrell thought about the shot. Again to Petrie. Santamont on the right side getting to Coleman. Coleman on the block. Shoots it up and good. That's too easy there. Coleman had a big size advantage, had a mouse in the house, and he scored that one. He's got all 5 for the Tarpons. Jalen Coleman to Jaden Coleman. Now Matthews working it back to Coleman. Top of the key. Terriers studying that zone. Matthews thought about the shot. Will step into a three. No. Rebound goes to Coleman. And South Lafourche. Or Nick Coleman. And the Tarpons force a stop. Petrie to Nick Coleman. Has had the hot hand early. He's feeling it. Thinking about that three. Gets to Petrie. And an uncharacteristic, unforced error there by the Tarps.
If that's a turnover, that's the kind you want to have, these dead ball turnovers.
Yeah, not a pick six.
Coleman. Getting it to Sandolph. Tough shot, no. Rebound flying in. Jalen Coleman shoots it up. Good, and one. Coleman showing his athleticism. It's 5-2. Sandolph, by the way, is a football signee for Louisiana Christian. So college athletes all over the floor here.
Man, how high did Sandolph jump on that three-pointer tip?
Yeah, he got up there.
So athletic.
And as a thing, you can play him a zone, but these guards will attack the offensive boards. You got to get a body on them.
Missed it. Tell you what, they got a few Terrier students, but the Tarpons kind of overthrew them a little bit over there on the right side. There's more South Lafourche blue than Vandebilt blue. Cantrell feeds it inside. Coleman can't get it. And here come the Terriers in transition. This is where they want to be. Matthews Dancing on the right side of the floor. Cantrell all over him. Gets it to Sandolph. Now Jalen Coleman feeds it inside to Jaden Coleman, and he scores it 5-4. That's where Jaden Coleman wants to be.
Terriers coming with a little pressure.
Santa Mont. 5:08 to go in the opening quarter. Tarpons up by a point. Cantrell to DeSantamont, feeds it into Coleman at the rim, lays it up, got fouled. So Nick Coleman will go and shoot two, and you just get the sense in the early stages of the game, Coleman's going to be a huge part of the game plan tonight.
Yep. Hopefully he keeps his legs fresh, stays hydrated, stays healthy, and keeps attacking. Man, he's feeling it early. Got that three-pointer early, had that strong post move. Now look, Vanderbilt's got some athleticism. They've got some speed. They've got a little bit of height. But as far as size, strength, and post defense, I don't know if anybody could stop Coleman if he sticks to fundamental post moves.
Made the first free throws, got one more, made them both, and it's 7-4. So Tarpons have an early lead. The Terriers coming at them.
And we switch defenses. I love it.
Matthews getting it to Coleman. Coleman to the middle of the floor. Jalen Coleman to Matthews in the right corner. Feeds it inside to Smith. Smith backs down, being bodied up. Gets it to Coleman for a three. No. Rebound goes flying in. Jalen Coleman. Now to Matthews. NBA three. Got it. That's the shot that he's capable of making. That one's about 30 feet away.
Tarpons going to have to rebound the ball. You can't give this team second chances.
7-0. Cantrell gets it to Santamont. To Kobe Cantrell. Steps into a three. Got it. Answers right back with a blue boot bomb, and it's 10-7.
Hard to believe he's a freshman.
Matthews from the parking lot. My goodness. 10-10. That one was a deep one.
Yeah.
Santamont to Cantrell. Working to Petrie. Getting into Santamont. Got a Petrie on the left side. Cantrell feeds it to Coleman on the right side. Coleman gets up in the air and missed it. Rebound goes to the Terriers. In transition, Sandolph lays it up and good. Coach Pokey will call a timeout. The Terriers are excited. They have a 12-10 lead. So a good strong start for the Tarpons, but Vandebilt saws it down and now has taken the lead. Coach Pokey's going to call a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. Boys, what are we seeing?
Yeah, he thought Coleman drew contact in the paint, but it really wasn't a great shot by Coleman. And look, this team is going to, if you take a bad shot, they make you pay for it. They're so quick in transition.
Yep. Look, I love Coleman's idea in that situation. I don't like the execution, especially at the high school level. Man, you're not going to get that NBA call where, you draw in contact and you lean into them. Like, you got to sell the hell out of that and fall on the ground after the little bit of contact if you want that whistle. Other than that, it's not worth even attempting that move. And as Coach Conley said, they made him pay for it after. But let me touch on the other things I'm seeing on this end real quick. They started off in a 2-on-2 zone. They forced some bad shots. They got a few good rebounds. Vanderbilt was struggling. They come down a few possessions later. We switched to 1-2-2. Keep them off balance. Now Vanderbilt doesn't know what to do. Keep showing different looks, and it could pay off at the end of the game.
I'm not sure what.
Vanderbilt thinks it was an and one. It was just a South Lafourche timeout.
Yeah, they didn't call a time. They didn't call a foul.
I think they were issued with substitutions. I think that's what we play on. Vanderbilt pressing the Tarpons trying to get it across, have to get it across. Petrie does. To Coleman. To Cantrell. Made a blue boot bomb earlier. Out of the right side of the floor is a three. No. Rebound goes to Cantrell. Prying it from Coleman. Now Petrie. In transition, lays it up, and one. Good strong finish from Terrence Petrie, and it's 12-12. That was a really strong move there from T.
Yeah,
that was awesome. I love how, coming off at a quick turnover. Terrence found himself in a position that, it didn't look pretty from this angle. It kind of looked like a 2-on-3, looked to be a bit of a disadvantage, and I thought he was going to kick it to Coleman. Then he decided, the hell with it, I'll throw everyone off balance, slice and dice, and get an and one. Beautiful play.
13-12, South Lafourche in front.
Coleman trying to tip it to himself, but the Tarpons are too quick for that.
Matthews, oh man, you just get the sense he's not going to miss today. That's now the third made triple. Coleman is going to be fouled by Matthews. That'd be the third team foul on the Terriers in the quarter. 2:50 to go in the opening quarter. Right side, they try to feed it inside. Stolen away by Bunnell, who checks in the game. Coleman in transition at the rim, lays it up. Good. Boy, these guys are lightning fast. Yep. 17-13. Coleman across the timeline. Gets it to Petrie. Tarpons want to have a patient possession here. Cantrell. Studying the floor, gets it to the right side. Petrie into Santamont. It's deflected out of bounds by Purnell.
Yeah, right now the Tarpons, all the passes are over the top. They're going to have to start using bounce passes.
Awkward spot to inbound the ball for Petrie. Right all the way in the corner of the baseline. They get it to Coleman to cut in Cantrell. And has it blocked away by Josiah Johnson. Now they work it to Matthews. You better close out. There's a long three. Missed that one. He is human. Rebound goes to Cantrell. And here come the Tarps. Petrie across the timeline. So Coleman on the inside's poked away. Here come the Terriers. Jalen Coleman. Coleman right in front of us, attacks into the lane, kicks it into the student section. Second time today he throws one into the stands.
He had an open lane for a wide open layup.
He did.
That's why he's a running back, not a quarterback, fellas. Yeah. 4-point game. Santamont looking inbound. Goes to the Coleman. Cantrell across the timeline, being harassed by Burnell, who's given them some good minutes. Kobe Cantrell on the right side, kicks it to the corner. Coleman, now Petrie. Terrence into the lane, loses it out of bounds, but it'll stay with South Lafourche. Just poked out. Baseline out of bounds opportunities. Bo Georges checks into the game. Boy, a lot of these Vandebilt kids have grown since last year. Terrell Nixon was not this tall last year. These guys are getting bigger and stronger by the second. Cantrell working on Jaden Coleman. Now Kobe Cantrell tries to get it to Coleman, and Josiah Johnson can't save it. It's knocked out of bounds.
Tarpons are trying to get a baseline, a block-to-block screen. They're going to have to swing the ball to get that zone moving a little bit.
Yep.
Not a good man.
Got to get it in. They get it to Cantrell. It's stolen away. And here come the Terriers. Nixon into the lane. Shoots it up. No. Rebound tapped from Georges to Coleman. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Vandebilt by 4. Cantrell to Petrie. Petrie behind the back. Pass to Georges. Lays it up and in. Woo! A little saucy there. That was nice.
Yeah, Georges hangs around that rim. They're going to have to. You got to guard him when he's around that rim.
Matthews looking to dance, waiting on the screen, into the lane, kicks it to Bunnell. Bunnell in traffic and one. Tell you what, they had a guy here by the name of Sam Kennard who was very good, and Carter Bunnell doing some Sam Kennard stuff in the first quarter. Just always in the right spot, doing the little things.
Yes, he is. And look, doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of size to him, but that move, that was a grown man move.
The free throw is good, and it's 20-15. Petrie's got it, 35 seconds to go. Can the Tarpons hold for one? They do get across. Long pass down the floor to Coleman, steps into it. No, maybe not the look the Tarpons wanted there. The Terriers will have possession. Coleman to Josiah Johnson. Euro step to get it to Matthews. Yeah, he ain't going to miss those. Long shot down the floor. Tarpons got to go quick. Petrie into the lane at the buzzer. Got hammered. Got hit across the arm. And with 1.7 to go, Terrence will shoot 2. How many warnings are you going to get for showboating after making a three-pointer before you get a technical foul?
About 25.
Because there's been at least 3 warnings so far. I'm just curious.
And getting a warning from his coach as well.
Yep.
I saw him earlier telling him to stop talking to them.
You see right here, the Tarpons shooting their free throws. Terrence just missed this one, uncharacteristic of him. His legs have to be tired.
Oh, yeah.
23-16. Are they going to get a heave-ho up? Matthews from half court. Oh, didn't miss it by much. We played a quarter. 23-16. The Terriers up by 7. We'll be back in a minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Welcome back here. We've got the second quarter of action in a 7-point game. The Terriers are on top of the Tarpons, 23-16. We were just discussing during the commercial break, Tarpons need this pace to slow down. Vandebilt in pace to score in the 90s. That's just not a style for the Tarpons as Matthews misses a 3. Rebound goes to the Tarps.
Good box out by Petrie.
Cantrell into the left side of the floor. Now Kobe Cantrell to the right side. Petrie attacks baseline, gets it into Georges. Defense collapses. Great job by Vandebilt there. Long pass down the floor. In transition, Nixon at the rim lays it up and good. Very, very nice job there running the floor.
Well, Nixon wanted that dunk, too.
Yes, he did. If he catches that a little cleaner, maybe have a different conversation. Petrie on the right side of the floor to Kobe Cantrell, scraping the ceiling, missed it a little short. Rebound goes to Coleman.
That was a good look from the Tarpons.
Josiah Johnson, step back. No, missed it. Rebound goes to Petrie. Terrence will trot the other way. Long pass to Saba, deflected out of bounds by Josiah Johnson.
These long passes won't work tonight.
Oh, no. Santamont going into the game, and Meathead.
See, Meathead could give a little spark to Big Blue. He is an energy guy. Tarpons nearly throw the inbounds away. Meathead was off balance and did throw it away. So that was discombobulated. Second time today the Tarpons have an unforced error. Savoie is trying to deny Matthews before he'll ever get it. See if he could be successful in that endeavor. Coleman working on Petrie. Tough shot. No. Rebound goes to South Lafourche. Cantrell. Petrie's got it. Matthews drawing that assignment.
Ooh, Terrence Pete's tired, man. He's worn out. You can see it on his face.
Savoie double dribble. Brian, that was another one of those.
We've seen that called the most times this year.
It's like you don't catch it clean, you drop it, and now they just count it as a dribble now.
Matthews has 12 early points. 4 3-pointers. Oh, got away.
Got him.
Didn't get away with a shove. That's his second foul, by the way. So something to pay attention to. Santa Mont. Cross midcourt. To Cantrell. Back to Santa Mont on the right side. Inside to Dardar. Dardar backs down. Gets him up in the air. Blocked away. Here come the Terriers. In transition. This is Sandolph at the rim. Lays it up.
Nope.
No. Rebound tapped back to Dardar. Now Tarpons looking to push. Petrie. Terrence. Kicks it to Coleman. Shot fake. Gets it to Cantrell. Little teardrop. Got it. Good shot there from Kobe Cantrell. That's 25-18. Jalen Coleman. Loses the dribble. Gets it to Jaden Coleman. Now 3-point try from Leighton Smith. No. Rebound goes to the Tarps.
You can live with that.
Yep, definitely.
I'll be going right at Matthews here. He's got 2 fouls. Try to get that third. He's guarding the basketball. Wants to draw that assignment. Petrie gets it to Santa Mont. Steps into a 3. No, just strong. Thought he had it off of the hands. Here come the Terriers in transition. Can Matthews save it? He can to Smith, who will lay it up and in. Coach Pokey will call a timeout. That was one of those just kind of tough luck there.
Yeah.
Busted possession. They make a nice save pass right to Smith under the bucket, and it's a 9-point game.
But notice when they get these long rebounds off a missed 3, the Terriers, where's the first thing they look when they get the ball? Straight down the floor, and they always have a guy that gets behind the defense. That was a nice execution on the transition.
Yeah, man, they've got athletes. They got guys attacking the boards on both ends, but, man, it's like they work on that specific set right there. Like, hey, as soon as we see someone is getting ready to secure a defensive rebound, somebody's got to be sprinting down floor, and we want that cheap layup every time.
Yeah, and looking at Terrence, he's out of gas. I mean, he's got to play so hard right here.
Yeah, he's tired, and there's still another 5 minutes to go in the half. See if he can keep pushing. Across the timeline. And we'll throw it away. He's trying to get Dardar. Dardar cut in. He was expecting Meathead to go out. Now Coleman will trot the other way. Coleman shoots the mid-range. No. Rebound goes to Dardar. Got him beat down the floor. Coleman. One-on-one on Coleman. At the rim, lays it up and good. Little Coleman on Coleman crime there. Nick Coleman scores it. Terriers come the other way. Matthews has it poked out of bounds. Boy, I tell you what, we could say he's fatigued. We could say he looks gassed. He ain't going to stop.
Oh, no.
No, not at all.
He pokes that one out of bounds. It's 27-20 Vandebilt. Coleman working on Dardar. Splits the defense. Lays it up and good. He's smooth, man. I tell you what, I coached him at AAU when he was 7 years old. He's always been just an absolute baller. And the Terriers.
It's nice to see you didn't hold him back in it.
Nope. Imagine how good he would be if he didn't have such poor coaching early in his career, right? Coleman. Looking to dance. Gets it to Santa Mont. Santa Mont to Dardar on the right side. Dardar will lay it up and good. Good strong move by Meathead there.
I like it.
Now you got to stop Matthews. He's got the basketball. He is capable of shooting from anywhere inside of where he is right now, which is half court. Getting some screens all the way into the lane. Kicks it out to Smith. Pull up. No. Rebound goes to the Tarpons. 3:28 to go in the second. The pace has slowed a little bit. Vandebilt scored 23 points in the first quarter. They have not scored that in the second. Just 6 so far. Cantrell to Petrie. Feeds the post to Coleman. Coleman in the lane. Boy, he got hammered. Scored it anyway.
That was a tough shot from Coleman.
It looked like he was getting held by Smith. Didn't get the whistle. Here come the Terriers back in a blur. Matthews. Good defense by Petrie. Real good defense by Petrie. Denying and getting it out of there. Now Coleman. On right side near midcourt. Getting a set from Leon Veal. Dribble handoff to Matthews into the lane. Loses it. Petrie trying to pull it away. And Matthews would throw it away. Try to get it to Smith.
Terriers have no movement on offense right now.
Nope.
Yeah, it's been a lot of ISO and watch Matthews dribble, and that plays right into the Tarpons' hands.
Yep. I don't know if they have any legit, structured man-to-man offense. It's just kind of sit back and let other people create, and they can't get anything going.
So their scoring pace has slowed a little in the second quarter, and the Tarpons have cut it to 5. Fouls are not an issue. Neither team even near the bonus. There's only been one whistle in this second quarter. Petrie on the right side to Dardar. Tries to force it to George. Is stolen away. Here come the Terriers. Matthews. Euro step at the rim. Lays it up and good. And 1. Good strong move from Matthews. He's got 14. And it's 31-24. Matthews with one shot. And he got it. And it's 32-24. Carter Cantrell checks into the game. Meathead will take a breather. Terriers back up their defense. No more pressure.
I'm just waiting for when the Terriers are going to come and start denying Petrie the ball. And once he gets rid of it, don't let him get the ball back.
Yep.
Coleman on the right side to Cantrell to Georges. He missed the bunny. And Josiah Johnson on the rebound. Boy, you got to have all of those in a game like this.
Good look by Cantrell.
Matthews has been so special.
No.
Tough mid-range shot. Got it. There's no tough shot for him, is there? He is so smooth. He's got 17 now. Cantrell. Petrie to Coleman on the left side of the floor. Georges. 90 seconds to go in the second quarter to the right side of the floor, and they get it inside, stolen away by our guy Burnell again. Boy, he's playing a half. Matthews.
No.
Thought about the long one. Shoots the mid-range. That ain't bad either. I'll go ahead and say there's your district MVP. I haven't seen all the teams. I don't care to see all the teams. He's going to win district MVP.
Yeah, I mean, we said that over we called that in like June. We're talking on the radio show.
Cantrell.
Yeah, Casey, way to take a chance on that one.
That's it to Petrie. Yeah, no problem, boss. Here come the Terriers. Matthews feeds it to Johnson. Missed it. Left it at the rim. Tarpons. Coleman will draw the foul on Nixon.
Man, that's a big heads-up play by Coleman.
That was the old Harden. You have the defender on your hip and then just slam on the brakes.
Yep.
Get rear-ended.
I'm going to go out and say Jordan Matthews, state MVP.
I haven't seen him all in Division II select, but I could tell you this. He's going to be on a short list.
First team for sure.
Oh, yes. Coleman on the left side gets it into Georges at the rim, and he'll draw the foul. So Bo will go and shoot 2. That's one thing Vandebilt's done a little bit. They've given a little leeway on the inside. The Tarpons have gotten the ball into the paint a couple times.
That's Nixon second foul.
Santa Monta's checking into the game for Bo Georges. So Bo will get the 2. First one is flat. No legs on that one.
You know, I've been talking about the Tarpons mixing it up on defense all night, but I also like the mix-up of, Santa Mont in for Georges and vice versa, because that's 2 big guys, 2 strong guys, but 2 totally different playing styles with and without the ball. And, that's just another look that could keep the Terriers off balance.
Missed them both at the line. Here come the Terriers. Coleman kicking to the corner. That's Sandolph. No. Flying in as Coleman for the rebound. He draws the foul on the tip end. I tell you what, we saw Coleman last year, and then that's Jalen Coleman we're talking about. He was not healthy all year, and now he is healthy, and you could see he's got that spring back. Liberty's getting a good one.
Yeah.
But you don't see that often, these guards, how hard and aggressive they attack the boards.
Free throw is good by Coleman. Georges will take a breather. That was the second foul on Petrie.
You'd almost want to Terrence out. Give him an extra 30 before the halftime break.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want him to get a charge or something like that before the break.
And just as we say that, he's probably going to create something and have a layup finish at the rim, get an and one.
Tarpons trying to hold for one. They do have the arrow. Maybe two possessions in a row. Coleman going at Coleman and one. I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Jalen Coleman was not prepared to play defense whatsoever. He was like talking to the bench while Nick Coleman was backing him down.
Yeah, it looked like he was getting instruction from his coach or something, not realizing, man, we got a live ball out here, and he got posted up on and abused.
That does put the Terriers over the limit, but there's only 15 seconds left. Coleman has had a big first half, 13 points for the Tarpons. Now make it 14 points. And the Tarpons get a stop here. Get the first possession of the third, down 11. Jaden Coleman getting it to Josiah Johnson, to Matthews. Where's he going to pull up from? Tough fadeaway three. Missed it.
That's a bad shot.
The Tarpons will go to the lockers, down 11. Vandebilt has a 38-27 lead. We'll be right back in 3 minutes with our halftime report here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Time show. It is 38-27. Casey just clear with Coach Brian Colley and Taylor Griffin. Gentlemen, we've watched a half of action. Vandebilt is scoring. Tarpons are staying with them for the most part. Terriers have an 11-point lead at the break. We talked about this at the end of the first quarter when Vandebilt had 23 after the first quarter. You guys asked me, I think it was off the air, can South Lafourche score in the 80s? My answer was no. At that time, Vandebilt was on pace to score in the 90s. The Tarpons held them down to 15 in the second quarter, but didn't really get any closer. So that becomes the enigma. Is if you slow it down, they're capable of beating you in a slow-paced game. They're capable of beating you in a track meet, and that's where the dilemma is, I guess, at this point for Coach Pokey and his guys.
Yeah, well, look, if the Tarpons can come back and cut into this lead, if the Terriers spread the floor, they had an advantage. The Tarpons are going to have to come out and guard them, and with those guards, they can beat penetration. It's you don't want to get to that point. You want to come back and cut into the lead.
Yeah.
But if they spread the floor on you, kind of what E.D. White did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as much as I want to say it starts with defense, it's really got to start on offense and cutting into this lead and making it a game again, because if you just start with a new strategy and it's I'm going to sit back and not, I'm going to try to slow everything down and get my legs back and not let you beat me in the paint, then they're just going to sit back and dare you to come guard them. Does Vandebilt have the patience to do that this early on? I mean, that's a coin flip. I don't know. These guys really have a lot of fun scoring and blowing by people, but you gotta give them a reason. Who's this?
He's lighting it up.
That's little Cantrell. That's the youngest Cantrell.
My goodness.
Oh my goodness!
Putting on a show. Can he hit another one?
Oh.
But yeah, anyway, South Lafourche, they gotta kind of like how we talked about for the girls at halftime, man. You don't want to sit here and think, man, how are we going to come back from down 11 and win this game? Just think about winning the third quarter. Cut the rest of the game in half, win the small battles, and like set little small goals like, hey, no more second chance opportunities. We give up no more offensive rebounds. We miss no more layups. Every time we get in the paint, we either getting a bucket or we're getting a whistle. There has to be a goal in mind that we have to achieve every time. We can't just hope that our effort is going to take care of the rest of the game.
And look, this year we've seen the Tarpons where they can score in bunches, where if they get on a run, they can fast break, transition, score, hit some threes. The problem is tonight you're playing against a team that can do the same.
Yes.
That they can match your transition.
Yep, and that is a can you top this competition that you do not want to get into right now?
For sure. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here today. We have a great list, including State Bank and Trust Company, banking you can count on, member FDIC. Thibodeau Regional Health System, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. Rev, the official internet service provider for KLAB streaming. The Blue Boot Foundation, driving awareness of childhood drowning. Make a difference. Ashley Barrios, State Farm agent and cutoff. And GIS, putting people first. Let's take a 3-minute break. When we get back, in an 11-point game, Vandebilt up 38-27. We'll get Turtles tips for the second half here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. All right, welcome back here to Vandebilt Catholic. We got 2 minutes on the clock. 2 minutes is that sweet spot. That's where we like to get Turtles tips. What does South Lafourche have to do in the second half? They're down 11. Not impossible, but what do they have to do to trim that deficit and find a way to steal one here on the road?
Man, you want to cut the game in half and start breaking it up in the small battles. As I had mentioned earlier, I mean, for anyone that wasn't listening earlier, it's just think about winning the third quarter before you think about winning the rest of the game. Focus on the small things, set small goals. We're not going to give up any more offensive rebounds. We're not going to miss any more layups. Every time we get in the lane, if we're not getting a bucket, we're at least getting so physical with the ball that we're getting a whistle at the very least. You got to focus on these little things instead of just like, hey, let's go out and play hard and the effort will take care of itself. Like you can't just rely on that right now against a team like this, especially with an 11-point deficit to overcome on the road. And look, you got to make Vandebilt uncomfortable. Earlier in the first half, South Lafourche showed a 2-1-2 zone defense, a 1-2-2 zone defense, a straight honest man-to-man defense, and every time they would switch, they'd make Vandebilt uncomfortable. They'd have to sit back and rethink. They would force them into a bad shot, bad decision, and then we would do our job. We'd block out. We'd get the rebound. I keep saying the Tarpons. It was a strategy that was working. You would keep Vandebilt off balance, and then every time we have the ball, man, keep attacking. Keep drawing whistles, keep drawing fouls, getting whistles, and we got to make our free throws on the road, keep getting those opportunities. Any opportunity you have to slow the game down and not get caught up in the track meet, you got to take advantage of it. And if that's getting a whistle and getting to the free throw line, that's a huge part of it. But one thing they got to do, and look, we talked about the same thing with the girls' game, depth versus depth. Man, Vanderbilt's loaded with athletes, loaded with guys that could fly up and down the court. South Lafourche doesn't want to get in that track meet. Slow down the game as much as you can and then attack hard at full speed when the opportunity presents itself.
All right, let's rock on. Tarpons down right to left, Terriers left to right. Coleman get it to Petrie. Karen's had to work so hard in the first half. We talked about that at length, offensively and defensively. Cantrell has it nearly poked away. Coleman ends up with it. Out of Santamont, back to Nick Coleman. I feel like I got to clarify because I got so many Colemans on both sides. Nick Coleman commits an offensive foul.
No, that was on Santamont.
Oh, Santamont clearing it out. My bad.
Oh.
Yeah, he did.
I saw the bodies flying. I didn't know why the bodies were flying, but and we have an offensive foul right back the other way on Matthews. That'll be his third. Say what? He gets another one. Well,
they're not going to let it happen.
I was going to say, that could be very big. He's going to have to go take a breather. So 3 fouls on probably the best player in this district. We'll see if the Tarpons can make that hurt. Santamont. It's an inside to Coleman, and a foul will be called on the Terriers. On Josiah Johnson. Second foul on Vandebilt already in the first 23 seconds.
That call could have gone either way. That was close.
Might have had a little hook action on that one.
It's physical inside.
Coleman all the way through. No. Rebound goes to Leighton Smith. And Jalen Coleman pushing it down the floor. Gets it to Jaden Coleman. Missed the reverse. Rebound flying, and Sandolph scores it. Good athletic move there by Sandolph. Petrie to Cantrell, and a foul will be called on Coleman. Running through the screen, that'll be the third team foul on Vandebilt, and not even played a minute in the third quarter. So that could be a factor. Tarpons might shoot a bunch of free throws here in this quarter.
And that's all part of it. That's keeping them off balance and keeping them uncomfortable. Now you're going to get in their head. They're going to think every time there's a little bit of contact, man, I don't want to get a whistle. I don't want to get in foul trouble. You're keeping them off balance.
Petrie on the left side. Tags the left into Sandolph. And gets it to Santamont, top of the key on Smith. Pass it to Coleman down low. They're cutting. Petrie reverse! Sharon scores it, and it's 40-29.
Good ball movement.
Coleman to Smith. Jalen Coleman. Coleman getting into Sandolph. Sandolph high arcing mid-range. No. Rebound goes to Petrie. Tarpons looking to push down the floor. Terrence loses it, and here come the Terriers. Back in transition. A layup by Coleman. Cantrell with the rebound. Petrie. And on the right side of the floor to Carter Cantrell. Cantrell to Santamont. Tarpons working it around the perimeter. Cantrell, top of the key. Shoots a mid-range, tough shot. No, rebound goes to the Terriers. They got to beat down the floor. Sandoff at the rim, lays it up and in. Coach Pokey will call a timeout. He's got a couple remaining. Got 3 timeouts left. But Vandebilt gets a transition run out, and Sandoff scores it at the rim.
Man, right now, we don't talk a whole hell of a lot about Sandoff. You know, we talk a lot about some of the other stars on Vandebilt, but man, he might be the difference maker as long as Matthews is on the bench in foul trouble.
Yeah, he stretches the floor for you. Yeah, as soon as they Tarpons shoot, it's like he's streaking down the floor, and they get the rebound, and their first look is to their rim.
How about this? Dueling student section sitting in the same section.
This is a terrible idea. The Vandebilt folks are starting to get a little rowdy. They've got a lead. This is not a very well planned.
And the Vandebilt students come with the "we can't hear you" chant, and the Tarpon students just get louder.
There's going to be an issue there before this game ends. That is my bold prediction of the night.
Let me tell you something. What a break.
All right. Can't wait. Next time out, we're taking a break no matter what. Petrie gets it across the timeline to Santamont. Back to Petrie. Now Cantrell on the right side of the floor. Carter Cantrell, now to the left side, that's Santamont. Back to Terrence Petrie. To the middle, Coleman. Coleman shoots the mid-range, tough shot, missed it. Rebound tapped to Cantrell. Cantrell to Santamont in the right corner. Now Coleman with a blue boot bomb opportunity. Got it.
Got him.
So it's a 10-point game. Tarpons have shaved 1 point off of the lead. Johnson. Into the right side of the floor. Jaden Coleman gets it to Sandoff. Missed it. Rebound goes to Cantrell. Tarpons have a chance to get it to single digits. Petrie to Cantrell. Cantrell trapped. Gets it to Petrie. Terriers trying to pry it away. Terrence gets it to a mid-range shot on the right side. It's out. Rebound goes to the Terriers. Johnson will walk it across the timeline. Now sprinting as he gets across the timeline and one. They just got so many dudes between Matthews, Josiah Johnson, Jaden Coleman, Rob Sandoff. Such a dangerous and explosive team. It's Josiah Johnson that time who scores it.
Yeah, I want to, slightly criticize and fuss a little bit. Like, man, you got to take that charge. But Cantrell was in position. I mean, what's his name? Johnson just contorted his body and avoided it. He was so athletic, man.
I think a foul will be called on the Terriers there on 0. That's Jaden Coleman.
They might have hit knees.
Yeah, both guys are kind of limping around. Hopefully Terrence is okay. That is now the 4th foul. The Terriers are over the limit for the quarter. There's the 2nd foul on Coleman. As we get the beeping from the cell phone on the speaker. Petrie across the timeline to Santamont. Dardar. The right baseline. Tough shot by Meade. He scored it.
Got it.
In traffic, and it's a 10-point game again. Tarpons just hanging around. See if they could go on maybe a 5-6-0 run here. Johnson has it taken away. Here come the Tarpons. 3-on-3 break. Petrie to Coleman for a 3. In and out. Rebound goes to Smith, and a foul on the rebound on South Lafourche.
Yeah, it's on Santamont.
Boy, that would have been a big momentum shot if Coleman could have scored that one.
Yeah, that right there, you dangerously tiptoeing into that territory of maybe Vandebilt needs to call that timeout before we panic timeout.
10-point game. Jalen Coleman handling point guard responsibilities. Nixon getting it to Coleman, splits the defense, mid-range shot. Got it. Good shot there from Coleman.
Shot.
So good.
Now Dardar. Dardar getting it to Coleman on the block. Coleman gets him up in the air and scores it. Coleman thought he got fouled. Coach Pokey thought he got fouled. Terriers will come the other way. Johnson. That's a tough shot. No, that's a good possession for the Tarpon defense. Those are the ones you want them to take. 10-point game, Petrie. Remember now, Vandebilt is over the limit. Every foul puts South Lafourche on the line for 2. Petrie being harassed, got to break the count. There he does. And he'll throw it away. But it's deflected out of bounds. But good ball pressure by the Terriers that time.
Johnson just absolutely giving Terrence Pete hell right there.
Had him in a trap. Coleman kicking it out to Savoie. Matthews is checked into the game. They get it to Cutting Petrie at the rim, lays it up and in. And one. Late whistle on the foul, but it was a no-doubt foul. I mean, he got clobbered.
Man, those who are going to go back and watch this on film, yeah, the cut was beautiful. The setup was beautiful. Santamont with the precision pass, putting a lead on him. That pass only gets there one way, and if Santamont's pass is a split second off, that's a turnover. But that was a beautiful, right where it needed to be, pass to Pete.
Petrie has 8, a chance to make it 9 at the line, and he got it, and it's a 7-point game. This is as close as the Tarpons have been in a little while. Matthews back in the game with the 3 fouls. Johnson gets it to Coleman. Now Nixon. Dribble handoff to Johnson, long 3. Nope. Rebound goes to Nixon, who lays it up and in. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. The Tarpons have shaved 2 points off of the halftime deficit. Petrie throws it away. Good deflection by Burnell. Matthews in transition lays it up. No, rebound goes to Coleman and one. So Coleman scores it at the rim. And it's 50-39. How many does Coleman have? Coleman has 6 now in the game. Actually, they didn't add
8.
Yeah, they didn't add the 2 that he just made. So yeah, he does have 8. Both teams now over the limit. He missed the free throw. Rebound to Georges. Petrie across the timeline. To Georges. Georges to Santamont on the left side of the floor. Now Savoie on the right baseline. Savoie goes up in traffic, draws the foul. So Aiden Savoie will shoot 2.
And that's a third foul.
Yes.
On Josiah Johnson.
Look at that board. Everybody on the floor right now has some fouls for Vandebilt. They have them stacking up a little bit. Leon Veal will call a timeout. And I think that'll be one of the messages of the timeout is boys, we got to get out of this third quarter without everybody having 3 and 4 fouls.
Yeah. No doubt the Tarpons are giving the Terriers fits. The Terriers are extremely lucky that their athleticism and their skill set makes up for some of the mess that they're committing on defense, and they still have this somewhat comfortable 11-point lead. But if I'm on their side, I'm not 100% comfortable at all with the way the whistles are going, the way you having these letdowns on defense, you're in foul trouble. It's not going to be an easy, clean runaway victory for the Terriers.
And I understand the timeout here by Coach Veal, but you got a young kid in Savoie shooting 2 right here. I probably would have left him, not called a timeout, maybe call it after the free throws, let him go to the line.
Yeah, that's a very good point right there.
Now you had him time, he can relax and.
We'll see if Savoie could convert. An 11-point game. The Terriers do have 3 fouls on Johnson and also Matthews. Johnson took a breather during the timeout. Matthews is out there. Savoie shooting 2. He missed the first. Terriers thought that was a 1-and-1. Nope, not anymore. I wish it'd be the old foul rule.
Look, I think Matthews is not very happy right here. When he gets back in that fourth quarter, that's his mindset, that's good for the Tarpons.
Yeah, he does check out of the game after the first shot. Savoie missed them both. Boy, that's 2 big misses. Had a chance to get back into single digits.
Maybe the timeout iced the shooter.
Yeah.
Coleman all the way through, feeds it to Sandoff, stolen away. Georges got it. 11-point game, 2:08 to go in the third. Good ball game so far. Petrie across the timeline. All the way through with the right. Boy, that's not very good defense by Vandebilt, but an excellent attack by Petrie. All the way through. Coleman Using the screen. Reverse pass to the right corner. Sandolph missed it. Rebound goes out of bounds to South Lafourche. Good hustle by Sandolph trying to save it, but he couldn't keep it in bounds.
And look, you getting the Terriers frustrated, and you kind of, other than the 9-point deficit, you got them right where you want them. You're forcing bad shots, turnovers, fouls. I mean, you in their heads. You just got to execute now on offense.
Georges gets the inbound to Coleman. Coleman will hand it off to Petrie. Tarpons trying to get a little closer. 1:38 to go in the third. It's Meathead on the left side. Gets it, throws it away. Tried to force it inside to Georges. Just didn't see the angle there. That one was not open. And Meathead will take a breather. Who checked into the game? Did we see Carter Cantrell?
Yeah, yep. Cantrell.
Coleman all the way through, lays it up and good. That is Jaden Coleman who scores that one. Nephew of Lionheart Leslie. Now Petrie. Across the timeline. Left side of the floor to Coleman. Nick Coleman attacks into the lane, lays it up good.
And they just letting Nick Coleman have his way with the ball.
He's got 19. He's been special tonight. Right side of the floor, Coleman. Jaden Coleman, good cross. Lays it up, missed it. Tip back, Sandolph scores it. Second chance. And it's an 11-point game. Savoie to Georges, couldn't catch it. Here comes Sandolph. Sandolph.
Oh, mercy.
It doesn't matter whether it's a shooting foul or not. They're in the bonus. But
Yeah.
Sandolph did the old NBA, felt the contact, then just threw the shot up at the rim. Not the worst idea in the world.
No.
He will shoot two. The first is no good.
Oh, Terriers are struggling from the free throw line.
You got to count.
Thought it was more than that.
Made that one.
It's not a lot of attempts, though.
No.
12-point game. 30 seconds to go. Terriers have the arrow. Carter Cantrell, Jacoby Cantrell. Now Terrence Petrie on the right side for a three. Short rebound goes to Vandebilt. Vandebilt with a chance to get two in a row here. Coleman.
They're going to hold for one.
Yeah, they know they got the arrow. Chance to get two possessions in a row. Tarpon bench yelling, don't foul. Play clean defense. Easier said than done. Coleman. Tough shot. Oh, my. That is a big-time shot. They'll steal the inbounds, but they can't get off another shot.
Ooh, that's filthy.
You give them that shot every day.
It is a 14-point game. We have played three quarters. We'll be back in 1 minute with the final regulation quarter here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. South Lafourche down 14. Fellas, probably a little bit disheartening, right? I thought the Tarpons played pretty well in the third quarter, and you lost ground. They added 3 points to their lead. You mentioned it at the half. Both of you guys mentioned it at the half. You don't want to be chasing points with 4 or 5 minutes left against these guys. They're going to pull the ball out. They're going to be hard to stop. So this run has to happen pretty soon for South Lafourche, you would think.
Yeah, and look, the Tarpons did a good job on defense, forcing Vandebilt to take some shots from outside the three-point line. They were missing, and they rebounded a hell of a lot better in that third quarter.
Yep.
Start the fourth quarter. Terriers do have it first. Coleman, who's really come to life, he's now got 12. Bunnell to Jalen Coleman, now thrown away. Here come the Tarpons in transition. 1-on-2, Terrence at the rim hammered.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the third foul on Jaden Coleman. And Terrence will go shoot two. Tell you what, Mr. Torrey Duncan, Mr. Mel Nixon, and Mr. Justin Ward, both games done a pretty nice job here today.
Yes, they have.
Oh, yeah, 100%. These guys, you know, as wild as the game has been, as fast-paced and physical, they did more than held their own. They kept control of both games. They've done a heck of a job tonight. A+ for all three of them.
Not easy to officiate these physical, emotional games, but yeah, I think all three guys have had a pretty good handle on this one. Petrie makes that one. 57-44. Jalen Coleman into Bunnell. Now Jaden Coleman into Nixon. Top of the key, Coleman. Made a mid-range early. Nice pass to Jaden Coleman, and he scores it. Jaden Coleman working that block just like Uncle Lionheart used to do, scoring on the inside over and over again. Cantrell to Petrie. Petrie all the way through. He scores it. Good finish for Terrence. Terrence is up to 14. Coleman feeds it inside. Nixon missed it. Sandolph with the putback up and good.
Hey.
Vandebilt has been good on the offensive glass tonight, man. Second chance points, I'm sure, skewed in their favor. Coleman has been real good for South Lafourche tonight. Cantrell feeding it back to Coleman, trying to get the basketball through contact. He's got 20-plus. 23 points now for Nick Coleman.
And look, if you're the Terriers right now, you got to lead it in the fourth quarter at home. You want to pull the ball out, or you want to keep attacking the Tarpons.
Well, travel that time on Coleman. I would say, you know, normally conventional wisdom, you want to pull it out. Other than that turnover, they had scored every single possession of the fourth quarter.
And you look, they are the guys. They're tired right here.
Yeah.
See if the Tarpons can inch a little closer. Petrie with 14. Leading scorer in the game is Coleman with 23.
Nice pass.
Oh, offensive foul. Coleman got a little shove there. That'll be his second.
Yep.
And what will hurt about that one is Nick will tell you, he probably didn't need a shove to get free there. He had good position. Coleman. Feed it on the inside. Terrence was privy to that one this time, stole it away. Nick Coleman gets it to Cantrell. Cantrell attacks the right side. Nearly loses the pivot. Gets it to Petrie. Terrence shoots a mid-range pull-up. Nope. Rebound goes to Bunnell. Bunnell home run pass. Can anyone corral it?
Yep, out of bounds.
Sandolph will lose it out of bounds. But Bunnell overshot everybody on the pass. As Matthews will check back into the game for the Terriers.
As does Josiah Johnson as well.
Probably this would probably be their finishing five in like a playoff game right here. They got the horses in right here.
Oh, yeah.
5:50 to go. Cantrell gets it to little brother, Kobe Cantrell. Back to big brother, Carter. Feeds it to Coleman on the block. Coleman in contact, missed it. Rebound goes to Josiah Johnson, to Jalen Coleman. Coleman to Nixon for a three. No. Rebound goes to Nick Coleman. And it's thrown away. Coleman at the rim will lay it up and miss. Rebound goes to the floor, tapped to Jaden Coleman. Shoots it up through the contact and one.
Man, that's a killer right there.
Big finish there from Jalen Coleman on an outstanding hustle play from the Terriers.
How many times that happens? They miss layup after layup, then they're going to get the ball back in an and one.
Every time. The basketball gods will find a way to make you pay.
5:19 to go. The free throw is good. It's a 16-point game. 5:14 to go. This has been an entertaining game, but a steal. Showtime. Oh, a slam dunk by Josiah Johnson. Coach Pokey's calling a timeout. Vandebilt is fired up. Leon Veal's fired up. You had what we call earlier a pick six. The Tarpons hadn't had very many pick sixes. There they did, and Josiah Johnson, by the way, was looking down into the rim as he flushed that one. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, man. Any shred of momentum that you just had coming back into your favor, man, they just hit you in the mouth and knocked you down again. Now, look, there's still plenty of time. You got 5 minutes left in this game. it's not an impossible task. We've seen crazier, but man, it's got to start happening now. It's,
but you know what's impressive on that is that they're tired. Their legs.
Yeah.
He's doing this with 5 minutes left to go in the game. But running up and down the floor that they did, the amount of pressure they put on it, and to still have legs enough to get up.
Yeah, that was a flush right there. That was well above the rim.
Yeah, I used to gas out and not be able to dunk usually in the third. That was my issue. No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, after warm-ups.
Got a lot of people listening from the home area. He's lying, folks.
Yeah.
Petrie across the timeline. All the way through on the right, lays it up. No, rebound goes to Johnson. Boy, he could jump. Here come the Terriers. Leon Veal signaling wants a patient possession. Run a little clock here. Instead, Matthews will get all the way through as it blocked away. Rebound goes to the corner, Matthews for a three. Nope. Rebound goes to Coleman. He doesn't know pull it out and run clock, does he? He wants to keep scoring it. Petrie loses the dribble, and it's poked away. Nope, it'll go to Vandebilt. Carter Bro will check into the game for South Lafourche.
Carter Bro, wasn't he like the nominee athlete of the week in the Home of Times?
He won it. Yeah, he won it.
Oh, he won it, yeah. Yep. Good job, Carter Bro.
4:28 to go. Coleman nearly has it stripped away, does have it stripped away. They're fighting on the floor. Good hustle, Carter Bro. Here comes Nick Coleman. Getting it to Cantrell, shot fake. Now Bro for thought he was going to shoot the three. Instead, he traveled. Not a bad idea, though. He had the right idea. 4:12 to go. Coleman will take a breather. Rob Sandolph will check in.
Who was hurt on this team? We heard on play-by-play.
I think they're all out there, boss. Coleman tags the right side. Got it. That's a tough shot.
They just elevate so high.
Yeah, very athletic group. Coleman has it poked away. We might have another flush here. Matthews at the rim. Nope, he'll just lay it up. Another timeout by Coach Polk. He's running out of those, unfortunately. Just got one left. Vandebilt is up big. It's 70-48. The Terriers looking like they're going to defend their home floor. Tarpons played with him for a good 2.5 quarters, but it looks like the depth, as you guys mentioned at the half, the depth of the Terriers starting to shine bright right now.
Yeah. I mean, and look, it's not like our guys aren't in shape. We just don't have enough guys to match up with. I mean, when you basically got 9 or 10 starters on the other side that you could go to at any given moment and really cause some fits to the opponent, man, it's just a little too much Terriers and not enough Tarpons, man.
Yep.
Can you imagine E.D. White and Vandebilt, the game?
If E.D. White shoots the ball like they did Tuesday in the tank, it's going to be one hell of a game.
When is that? We need to get that on the radar.
Yeah, so we got to find
I think that
one.
might be the last game. Each team's last game of the year.
3:36 to go. Cantrell across the timeline for South Lafourche.
Yep, February 21st, last regular season game.
That's game of the year, Brent. Can't hold anything back now. Savoy with a three. No, that's Petrie with a three. View was blocked. That's a blue boot bomb. 70-51. Matthews kicking it out to Josiah Johnson. Now they get it inside to Sandolph. Lays it up high. How did that go in? Tough finish there from Rob Sandolph. Cantrell quickly the other way. Petrie thought about the shot. Instead, will have it taken away. Here come the Terriers in transition. Matthews off the backboard and turned it over. Showtime didn't work out for the Terriers that time. Petrie. It's it to Cantrell. Now Bro. Tries to get it to Dardar, stolen away. And here they come in transition. Matthews off the backboard, missed it.
I think they tried it again.
At some point, you got to score the ball as that one falls no good.
Yeah, I think the first time Nixon was just expecting a clean alley-oop all air, and then Matthews went off the backboard, and that's why he was on the complete opposite side of the rim. Now, just now, I'm not sure what went wrong. And just as you guys predicted, the problems have started in the student section.
I mean, who would have thought when you put 100 South Lafourche students with 100 Vandebilt students and all have them cheering on opposite sides that there would be an issue? Like, it feels like schematically we maybe should have roped off some sections here today.
Yeah.
But, you know, what do I know? I'm just, a sports reporter. Timeout will be called after the second made free throw. 74-51 the score.
There ain't no timeout.
Oh, substitution. I thought Leon called a timeout. My
Game,
bad.
buddy. Game.
Relax. Cantrell gets it to Savoy. He walked. Oh, no foul.
Foul away from the basket. Carter Cantrell was pushed down.
Thought he got called for a travel, but instead it'll be a foul away from play.
And I say it was pushed down, not intentional.
Yeah.
Ran into him.
Yeah, 100%. 2:28 to go. Tarpons trying to get the ball in bounds. Savoy gets it to Coleman. Coleman backing down Johnson. He's fouled. So Coleman, who has 23, will have a chance to go and shoot some more. 30, you want to know the honest opinion of why I'm a little distracted right now?
Yes.
There's about 10 Papa John's pizzas to our left, and someone just opened up one of the boxes. Y'all smelled that?
Yep.
Yes, I do.
It was quite savory, to say the least. Coleman will be shooting two. He got it. How about Nick Coleman earning himself probably some all-district recognition tonight? He's got 24 points. He was real good against E.D. White also. And he missed that one. Rebound goes to Bunnell. Bunnell has it taken away by Coleman, who's on the floor. Tie up. Arrow points to South Lafourche with 2:14 to go. Rustin Guidry checks into the game for Cantrell. This gym is, outside of the students, this gym is really cleared out on the home side.
Yes, it has.
Oh, yeah.
Peyton Hebert checks into the game for Nick Coleman. Yep, Coleman will check out.
Yep. He certainly deserves a round of applause from both sides.
Yep, he played really well tonight. He was a matchup problem for the Terriers. Guidry goes to the floor. Now Matthews by himself will lay it up and in. And a timeout, but I think a wet spot. I think that's what they'll say, that Rustin slipped on a wet spot.
I mean, you can't tell me no one suspected when Nick Coleman fell right there and sat down on the floor and allowed the wood to saturate for 30 seconds. No one would have, in their right mind, thought maybe we should get a towel over here.
Yeah, nah. Now they'll go get that rubbed down.
And that may have sounded like I was being. That may have sounded like I was being very critical of the officials. Other than that, they've been really good tonight. I'm just going to poke fun at the fact that, how did we miss this one?
During that last scrum, Leon Veal walked the towel over, and he also walked over to the student section and said, hey, that's enough. Cut it out. So he understands the tensions are getting a little high over there. .205 to go in regulation here. The Terriers are going to get a win. Tarpons trying to finish strong. Carter Bro hands it to Dardar. Gets it to Hebert. Hebert backs down, lays it up at the right. No. Rebound goes to
Rustin
Guidry. No. Terriers home run pass. Carter Bro steals that away. Bro with the Euro lays it up and good. Little kiss shot off the glass. Shot by Carter Bro.
And it looks like the Terriers are going to slow it down, walk it down. Maybe one or two shots left in them.
Matthews says, hey, I got one more for the road. A scoreboard update for you guys that might surprise some people as Hebert shoots this one up. No. Rebound back tap to Matthews. Matthews from the parking lot. Don't know why they need those three, but didn't convert. And here come the Tarps. Bro Feeds it into Dardar. They're not interested in playing defense whatsoever. They're trying to score at the other end. Dardar lays it up and in.
Left them too open there.
Matthews across the timeline. Kicks it to Bunnell. 40 seconds to go. They get it to Bunnell. Bunnell will attack the baseline and throws it away. And then the Tarpons throw it right back to him. Matthews.
Does Matthews have one more in him?
He's fouled. But Brian, the scoreboard update I had for you, how about this? Central Lafourche 68, East St. John 58. The Trojans got a win against East St. John tonight.
That's really not shocking. East St. John kind of struggled a little bit.
And I don't know that the Trojans are done winning. After going to overtime with Thibodeau a couple nights, like they're starting to get better. The Terriers dribbling it out here. Matthews working on Guidry. That is,
my heavens.
A fadeaway three. Leon calls the timeout. Goodness almighty. The way that they're acting, I think he just set some sort of a record. Like they're giving him something too.
Oh, he may have just gone over like a certain thousand number. I mean, it's got to be 2,000. That's got to be two, right? And it can't be one.
Yeah. If we get Leon after the game, we're going to have to ask him. But something special just happened there.
Yeah.
And I apologized earlier for saying that he didn't need that three. It was if he was shooting for something, then that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
Guidry to Savoie for a three. No, and that'll end it. So Vandebilt gets an 82-56 win over South Lafourche. We're going to try to get Coach Leon Veal here at the radio table as the Terriers get a big win over the Tarpons.